Cable extensions are on. Fired up. We're starting fresh. He's sitting on the brake. So that bag will be tight when we do it. Got guy in the super truckers holding up on that cable, making sure don't damage the bag. Rolling. Yeah, that was Mark stuck kitty corner to my house there, an 80 that we got. We've got these tile fields all opened up and we're starting to really get going. He thought he would, while we were putting these cables on, try to open that up, but there's no ditch along that field is what happened, and he got a little stuck in there. This is what it looks like. I got another debacle I want to show you that happened when I was finishing this bag up. I got a little squirrely and the bag started ripping, but yeah, anyway, I was feeding and I seen that 8760 go by Greg. I thought there might have been something funky going on, but they got it out. Back on dry ground. The buck that just ran out of that corn. Mark must be chasing him out. It got dicey in here when I was bagging, and this bag blew out. What happened was the bagger sunk in the ground. This is not firm enough, and I was bagging through it, and it wasn't allowing the bag to pull through that pan, and it ripped it. So I came in here, fed one of these bales. I had this plastic anyway to deal with, and Greg come around. That's Flex Seal. He had a can of Flex Seal, so we patched it. But yeah, this is what this corn looks like the next day. Man, does it smell funky, because it's starting to ferment already. But a little bit of debacle. This will be firmer next year. It's better than it was this year. It's just a work in progress. Every year you've got to try to get better. It's a never-ending battle. Looking for on these flaps is this bag's about done. There'll be a piece of red tape you're gonna see pop up. When it gets to here, it'll be up there a little ways. I'll have to stop and shut down. That'll be enough for him to tie the bag up. But this is a 200-foot bagger, enough cables, and that's why you had to put the 50-foot extensions on, because the bags are 250. It's hanging in there. A lot of grease, a lot of oil, falling in there, but we're up on good ground here, so it's gonna come out of that. We're about done with this bag. That's dragging that skid steer is gonna clean up all this chaff, because when we go to unhook this here, should be shortly, we'll back the bagger up. We're gonna go right next to it. That way, in between the bags, it's as clean as possible. Then you notch it right to here. Must have got stuck. Old wagons, sometimes they get stiff. I like them when they shut off, because that's just a lot of feed and it'll get stuck in there. Boy, that happened fast. I'm seeing that red tape up here. On a full load. This is going to be my last load then. We'll wind her up, send her back, fuel the tractor up. But wow, that didn't take long, did it? Brakes off. Alright. Look at that. It's wanting to just push out on its own. We had this happen one other time where a guy unhooked a wagon on a hill over there 4 years ago, and a big chopper wagon, boom, slammed in it. Did about the same thing. So you can see how we packed dirt underneath there. Flex seal. The old flex seal. Should be fine. Could have been worse, was what I was saying last night. There's your connection. Hook that. Okay, and we're in. He wants me to turn this PTO on and nudge forward a bit. I'm gonna give it a jerk, telling me to stop. Off, that means they're getting close. I bagged it quite a ways past that red tape, so you're going to be right up the end. But I want a full load. I didn't want to leave a partial load. I want a full load when we start this new bag, because you got to fill the back of this bag up against the backer. And we're out of there. We're going to go fuel this up. Got a half a tank. Probably not bad for bagging a 250-foot bag, but we'll top it back off, line her back up. Fueled up, ready to rock and roll. Guys, I got a little crazy. I seen the red tape, and I probably should have stopped, but Greg will feed that. Take a couple loads. Boy, that's good stuff. the PTO off, the conveyor off, my tractor off, and we're gonna let this cool down for a minute. Pretty good day. Hey, nobody got hurt, no breakdowns. It's a good day. You've seen how this stuff is. It's a lot of moving parts, and it's running full bore. That thing's running wide open. That's 4430. Greg closed this all up while I was working right down there. As soon as we got this bag going, what he did was he had to scoop a bunch out, and he fed it to some heifers over here. I think he dribbled some to these milk cows, but then he took and he folded the flaps over and he laid some dirt on it. And we did that last year and it worked out pretty good. It looks like my two nephews, Lonnie and Jackman, are done milking. And that's why we're getting so much done, because they come in and milk, and we got the super trucker hauling for us. Without that, and I'll tell you, I wanted to tell you a couple other things I've been doing of late in the last few months as I've been getting more in touch with my spiritual side. Is before I go to bed every night, I can do it right now whenever you want to do it. Just say a few things that you're grateful for that happened that day. And for one, I'm grateful for the super trucker, because he's a truck driver, semi. He runs over the road, or he can drive doubles and supers, and he knows what he's doing. When you're coming in here, you've got to know how to drop a wagon, or you'll roll it right into that bag. Or he just places it. He knows how not to bunch me up. So grateful for him. Grateful for my eyesight. There's one. I'm just trying to let you guys know this is something you could be doing. Helps me sleep a lot better at night, believe it or not. I just started doing it, so I'm happy for my eyesight. Grateful for my wife for packing me a lunch, taking care of me. Grateful for not a breakdown today at all. Grateful for my family all working together, no one really complaining. I mean, the list could go on. So do say a few things. Grateful for these cows that keep you going. You know, you're dealing with cows and not people. It's a lot easier to deal with. They don't talk back, but they can kick at you. So that's just something I've been doing. So maybe you feel like it, think of a few things that you're grateful for. And I'm grateful for my house. I'm grateful to have a wood burner and a pile of wood that I already bought, paid for, sitting there to burn this winter. Really starting to cool off now. It was 80 some degrees today. Actually 85. It's gonna start cooling off next week, but the Lord graced us with some great weather. So on that note, everybody, take care. See you in the next video. God bless.